jump in. So, for those of you that may not be familiar with me, I am Dr. Felicia, physiotherapist and certified health coach. I am the proprietor of Adderley Physiotherapy, located in the former Meldon Mall, currently known as the Mackey Street Plaza on Mackey Street here in sunny Nassau, Bahamas. So, there over the years, I have helped hundreds of patients reach their physiotherapy goals, and now, as a certified health coach, I do endeavor to assist thousands more people through the magic of the internet to achieve their health and wellness goals. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Now, any information that's discussed in this broadcast is not meant to be taken as medical advice. It's just general information that I'm sharing with you all here this evening. There may be something that you could take away and apply to your life. I do, however, recommend that persons go ahead and always make a statement with your primary care physician. Make sure that you go and you see them. That's going to be the best thing, even better than a phone conversation. Make sure that you go and you see them and you have a discussion with them about any changes that you would like to make with your eating or movement regimen. Okay, so we like to take the approach of using the healthcare team. We want to think of it as a team working together with the client being at the center of it, working together, all of us, to make sure that we actually get the person to as close to total health and wellness as we can. Okay. All right. So let's get into it here. All right. So we are talking about Whole Foods and the holidays this evening. So let's start with a couple of heavy hitting facts. Okay. So our heavy hitting facts. Most Americans thought that they would gain about 8 pounds during the 2021 holiday season. But in reality, they only gained maybe about 1 pound, right? So people don't gain quite as much during the holidays as they think that they do. But what's actually happening is that people put on the most of the weight between September and March. So what's actually happening is a compound effect. So it doesn't just happen during that 6 week span that we consider the holiday season, right? So the issue is, and the danger here is though, that the greater issue is that the weight, that 1 pound that people might be putting on here and there, what's actually happening is that when you don't take that off, then it's just piling on and it's a bit of a snowball effect, right? And before we know it, and it can happen even over a period of years, you're just kind of packing it on, and we're not taking it off. So it's just gradually, we're just increasing the pounds or the weight or the inches, right? So, what are some of the things that do actually cause holiday weight gain? Or when you look at even that winter season weight gain. So it can be caused by several factors that we're not always considering. So, not just overeating at Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner. Okay. Also, things like stress, alcohol intake. Okay. Which could be related to stress. Okay. It could also be related to one of the points that I'm going to come to later. But with the alcohol, people can turn to alcohol more because of spending more time indoors. When it's a little bit cooler, things are cooling down even here in the Bahamas. I know most of you that are here probably felt that little difference in the weather today. We don't get snow here, okay, on a normal basis. I think we had a snow sighting maybe several decades ago. That's something that we just hear people talk about, but I've not seen it here. We have to go north if we want to see some snow, right? Okay, but even just when it's cooler, like think about it. How many beach days do we have when it's cold outside? No one's going to the beach and getting in the water. That's an activity that we reserve for more of our summer months, right? The water is cold now, so definitely people are not going out to the beach to swim. So that's definitely like less physical activity from that standpoint. And, people are just not going to be outdoors as much. So the next thing, of course, is the sleep cycle tends to be affected. And that's due to, now we just had the time change, right? How many people here got completely messed up by the time change? I don't know if it's just the thing about getting older and not necessarily being able to bounce as fast with these different changes. Different things like even like jet lag and changing the time zones. We change from daylight savings time now, so we're in the time, the early dark time is what I call it. Personally, not my favorite. Okay, but it just seems like a lot of people that I talk to seem to have difficulty when the time changed a few weeks ago. Like it was yeah, it was rough. Okay. I don't know if it's just because, maybe I'm hanging with people my age bracket and that's who I'm talking to and that's who I'm encountering. But this one was a rough one. I mean, a lot of people were mentioning it. So if we think about that, that throws off our circadian rhythm. So more than a third of Americans sleep more also in the winter time than in the warmer months. It's almost like how other animals will hibernate. People are kind of like that too. We just don't go outdoors as much. I mean, and frankly, once it gets dark, for me it's like it's time to go home, or actually slightly before. Like, I am not hanging around. I'm just like, let me get in the house. Let me get in the house. I don't know, like I said, I understand too that I'm getting older, so just like 9 p.m. in the pajamas and the alarm is on at 9. Like, yeah, like that's it. Call it quits. And then it feels super late with the time changing and it being dark early. Okay, but then that means we're outside less, we're exercising less, unless you're very disciplined people that will exercise in the house. Okay, but it's rough. Someone asked me the other week, she's a new graduate, so she's like getting into the real, like she's adulting now, and she was on her way to the gym. It was already nighttime and she was like, how do you do this? She's like, how do you balance it? I said, still trying to figure it out. We had a live stream on that several weeks, months back actually, about like how to achieve balance in an imbalanced world. And then like, does balance really exist, especially for entrepreneurs? Balancing is hard, adulting is hard, so I got to give her a little bit of advice. It's hard finding that balance, to find the time to do all the things, because she's trying to figure out how to fit in the gym. Like, is she going to do it after work? Is she going to get up super early and do it before work? Because not everybody is disciplined to exercise in the house. I would not if I were left to my own devices, to be honest. But because I do like a lot of online and I have to meet my instructors, and again, it's that aspect of accountability, really, is what it boils down to. Left to my own devices, I can't tell you that I would be like, oh, yeah, let me get up and do yoga this morning, or let me get in an hour of Pilates. Like, if I didn't know I had to meet my instructors at a certain time, shouts out to my instructors. Okay. They've kept me consistent, I would say, all year. I've been online with Pilates and yoga all year. And I think that it has actually worked pretty well for me. So remember that you have different options. So that's something maybe good to try in the wintertime, maybe do more things that are online, but that accountability it's the key. Let's tell the truth. If we're left our own devices, are we going to do it? Probably not. Okay, so then another factor that can affect holiday weight gain is seasonal depression. Okay, so of course, what can happen is, I don't know that we have a big issue with this for those of us that are living here in the Bahamas, because we pretty much, like I said, we just got like a little cool weather today, but it's not like, oh my gosh, the sun isn't shining for days or anything like that, which would happen where I went to school in Erie, Pennsylvania. It would just be gray and you wouldn't see the sun. So I suppose it didn't bother me as much. I noticed it. I was younger. So I don't know how that would work for me now, especially because now I'm someone that like loves the beach. Go figure. Um, I don't know. It's not as much of a thing for us here with the seasonal depression, in my opinion. But I do believe that persons that live in colder climates, where they're having more of that change of the seasons, can't get outside really like that in the winter to exercise, move around, enjoy nature. Not in the same way that you can in the summer. I guess you could go out and you could ski. You could ski, snowshoe, and do other snow activities. But seasonal depression really does bother some people. And then, what do we do a lot of times when we are depressed, whenever our emotions are not in a good state, emotional wellness? Then we could end up doing some emotional eating. We could binge eat, and even just we could just be eating even out of boredom, because you're inside more, right? You turn into the comfort foods. There's also less like fresh produce that's going to be seasonally available because it's wintertime. So like your leafy greens and things like that, it's not the season for them. So then people are likely going to be reaching for more food that is processed. It's going to be less of the fresh produce and fresh fruits, fresh vegetables that people will be taking in. So things to consider. And then of course to reduce physical activity, because unless you're going to snowshoe or something, I mean, like for us, we're not going to the beach. I can't tell my clients not to go get in the water and, move those limbs. They are not going to be feeling it. The water is cold. They're not feeling it. Okay. So it's a wrap on that until the summertime. It's a wrap. Okay. So let me go ahead and give you some strategies. You all know I will not be keeping you too long tonight. Okay. So here are some strategies that you can utilize to help and reduce the effects of the holiday season and even that September to March period where we're kind of packing it on a pound at a time. Okay. Strategy number one, have a plan. Okay. Plans are important. So, people with a successful history of weight loss are the ones that have strategies and plan ahead. Okay. Spontaneity is not really a good recipe for weight loss. Okay. So it's like basically just being sporadic. And that's not really going to yield the best results. So having a plan is best, like actually mapping things out, sitting with your schedule and deciding when are you going to exercise, when are you going to meal plan, when are you going to grocery shop. Okay. Whew, it's a lot. Again, the adulting of it all. Okay. And then if you have other persons in your life that you have to consider, if you have a family, you have a spouse, you have to consider them in this whole equation as well. So that adds even more layers on top of what needs to be done, right? Oh, the adulting of it all. So, strategy number two, whole foods can help. Okay. So, think about going less processed this holiday season and even beyond that. Okay. So, simple swaps can make a big difference. Think about making your cranberry sauce from fresh cranberries. Okay. You can get them in the bag. Okay. Think about just making it yourself instead of getting the canned jellied stuff. Okay. Fun fact here, 60% of the US supply of cranberries comes from Wisconsin. And did you know that they are a good source of vitamin C and E? Okay. And think about this, the less processed, because you can find cranberries in many different forms and versions to put on your holiday table. But the less processed, the higher the flavonoid content. Okay. And so what happens a lot with the processing, we're losing something. We gain something to lose something. So we may gain some shelf life, but we're losing nutritional value. Okay. So fresh is always best, really and truly. Okay. So Again, when you need to find time for meal planning and things like that, do not forget, and I want you all to look out for this. I'm going to be offering next week a pre sale on my course, Meal Prep Academy. Okay, it's going to be good timing after the holidays. Speaking of getting a plan in order, right? I will take you through the entire process of how to do it so that you're able to meal plan and use that as a part of healthy lifestyle change, moving forward into 2023. Okay, so please, please, please look out for that. I'm going to be putting that information out next week. I am just pre selling 10 units of the course, only 10 spots I will have to offer this course at half price. So please do watch the page. If you do not already follow me or subscribe and all of that, then please do go ahead and do so that you don't miss this opportunity to get in on the ground floor of this course. The first 10 persons that actually purchase on the pre-sale will also have a say in what all gets included in the course. So it's like almost being a founding member of the course. Okay. If my DC ears are still on, then they know what I'm talking about. Okay. And definitely make sure that you look out for that if it's something that you're interested in getting healthier, and having the support of a community as you get your health together. Take your health in hand, right? Take your health in your own hands. I'm just here to help. Okay, so strategy number 3, resume healthy eating habits post holidays. So everybody falls off the wagon at some point. Okay, that is okay. That is a part of life. What is not cool is going to be falling off the wagon and staying down there. Gotta get back up, okay? So if we kind of like fall apart and we eat some stuff, it happens to all of us, okay? It happens to me too. I have a slightly funny story. So yesterday, I I have not been like they come around. This may not be something that happens like in the US as much. But here in the Bahamas, we have vendors that will come around, like go door to door. Like I'm in a plaza with other businesses. So they come through and they go door to door and they're like selling different things. So I'm waiting for someone that's coming selling Christmas ornaments. Someone was selling Christmas ornaments last year. And a man at that. It was different. But they were seashells. He had some that were seashells, and I did get some, but that wasn't the story. So somebody came around, and he comes around pretty often, and he's selling like pastries, and I haven't indulged in like weeks because y'all know pastries are processed, okay? But I will tell you all the truth. So because he saw me outside the door, he asked me, and I was like, to patronize, I was like, okay, I will, because it's the holidays, everybody need money, so you try to support, your local vendors and people and all of that. So I bought the twist. Literally haven't had one since probably before the pandemic. And I was planning, I was like, okay, well, that could be a treat. Maybe I'll have it with tea later. The twist did not make it home. So here I am now. I'm the health coach. I am like, I get hungry as I'm like packing to leave the office for that day. And like, I'm like tearing this twist down. And like, I pop out the office door now to get in my car because, I'm trying to run home before it gets dark. So I pop out now and not realizing until I got up to my car that I had like powdered sugar like all over. I was just like, okay. Please know that I just wiped that and just jumped in my car and kept it moving. We all fall down sometimes, okay, is the moral of the story. Okay, we all fall down sometimes. Okay, so I slid into a little processed food, which also belies the point that when you don't have, and this was the thing, I realized that I also felt a little bit weak and fell prey to it because I didn't have any fruit. I didn't bring any fruit to work. If I had had fruit, I would have been eating the fruit instead. You see? So this is what can actually happen when we fail to plan, okay? So don't be like me. All right, but it does happen, okay? But the idea is for it to happen less often. And the idea is also that we don't keep doing it. We don't like cause our like bad habits to become our permanent habits. And we want to like not let our healthy habits go completely. We want to like keep them coming, right? We want to get back on the wagon, get back on the horse, right? As they would say. Okay, I have two more points. I do see that someone is requesting to join. And if that is not an error request, if that request is not made an error, I will have you jump in just about 2 points. Okay, so hang in there for me if you wanted to pop on the stream. And anybody else that may have any questions about our topic and you want to come on and ask them live on camera, you can do so. Just put in a request to join. And after these last 2 points, I will go ahead and put you in. All right, strategy number 4, get support. So we're back to accountability. That can be support from a friend, a family member, a coworker, or even a health coach. So it could be someone that has similar goals to you, okay? And or it could be someone that just wants to see you win, okay? They want to see you take the weight off or whatever your health goal is. So engage someone else. I always highly encourage that. Um, I highly encourage it, okay? And I also highly encourage that you tell your accountability partner the truth. I was coaching someone. I was coaching someone's. It was two persons that I was coaching together. And they said that they was their sisters. And they said that, their mom checks up on them, but their mom lives in another country. So, their mom will say, "Oh, did you two exercise today?" And they go, "Yes, yes, we did." And it's absolutely false. So I need you to actually tell your accountability partner the truth. So if you did go to exercise, tell them yes you did. If you didn't go, tell them no you didn't, and allow them to encourage you and love you back to that place where you're supposed to be. Okay, that is the moral of that little story. Point number 5. Okay, be patient with and kind to yourself. This can be hard sometimes, you all. Like, so don't beat yourself up because oh, you overate one day, or oh, you overate during the holidays. Oh, like me, I'm not going to beat myself up because I had a twist yesterday. Okay, that will be the last one. That will be the last one for, I would say, quite some time. It was the first one in a long time, and it will be the last one for quite some time. So, like, love on yourself a little bit, maybe even a little bit more than you have been. If you're someone that's prone to being hard on yourself, stop all that. If there's negative self talk, banish that. It takes work, you all. We all have work to do. It's a new year coming out, 2023. And I know that we all want to be better people. We do need to do it from a place of like actual love for ourselves and not negativity towards ourselves. It's tearing ourselves down is purposeless. So let's just not do it. Okay. And there's a lot. There's a lot when it comes to total wellness. Like, there's a lot. We have to work on our minds. We have to work on our emotional health, occupational, spiritual, emotional. Like, it's a lot. Okay. And don't forget that if you need a hand, those are the things that I assist you with as a health coach. So, yes, I assist you with things like finding time to exercise in your schedule. Yes, I assist you with where to find time to meal plan and actually how to do it, and working out, hey, what actually works best for you, what doesn't work for you. So it takes a while. Okay, I work with persons for no less than 3 months because weight loss takes time. Creating healthy habits and health change takes time. If you've been putting on weight gradually for a year, no use you come to me for one session. I can't do much for you in one session, but I can be there with you along the way. So give me 3 months to help you change your life and your mind. Okay. And you'll be surprised what comes out of these sessions. Okay. So like I said, people, I have to coach the whole person. And please be on the lookout next year. I'm planning to build up so that, we have, that you can see all of the different coaches that come in. So we're going to work together to assist everyone that wants to be helped. Okay, so I'll be making the necessary referrals. You know, hey, maybe investment is not the area that I coach persons in, right? It's not an area that I'm like educated in professionally or formally, right? But if that's something that persons need to get their financial wellness together because it's affecting their physical health and their mental health, then I want to have those persons available to you in my network so that you can go ahead and get what you need, right? So that we can be fabulous in 2023. All right. So let me see. Stacia, if that is you, Stacia, if that is you, and if you have made this request, and this request is not an error, I am about to accept your request. Okay, so this will be fun, y'all. Stacia, I hope that was a real request that you wanted. So for those of you on Facebook, Stacia is over here on Instagram. Let me see if Stacia is going to come in now. So if that was an accidental request, I accepted it. So let me see if Stacia is going to pop in. Stacia is the new president of the Roadmasters Run Club. Okay, they just had Marathon Bahamas last Sunday. Adley Physiotherapy had a booth. It was fabulous out on Arawak Key. Stacia. Anastasia, Mrs. Turnquest. Hi, you're breaking up. I am. Yeah. Oh, we got a bad connection. I think so. I'm not sure which end it's on, but you're breaking up just now. Okay. It may be because I added you into the stream. Yes. So, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Great. Finally catching myself. I was extremely exhausted, so now getting a bit of rest and getting back into regular groove. Awesome, awesome. All right. You're gonna flip that camera around so the people can see you? Just asking. Or you're not. Oh. You know, I had to try. We should have you back officially sometime, though. We should definitely do that. Thank you also for being a part of the event. It's lovely having you there. And I will reach out to you later at some point, for some other issues. But thanks again for being a part of our event. Fabulous. You're very welcome. I really enjoyed it. Getting up early for the walks is challenging to say the least. Like when that alarm goes off at 3:30, I'm like, but I just want to lay here. I just went to bed. I just want to lay here. But once you get out there, it's really so energizing, and really it's really well and fully enjoyed. And the walk was amazing. I was the walk and run and the 5K and the 10K. I was raving about it after. I was telling everybody about the 360 photo booth and like the prizes and the announcer. It was awesome. It was awesome. Happy to hear. Happy to hear. Yes, most definitely. Okay, I see some person saying they have to hop off. Oh, that's okay. Sometimes it's always just one or two little things. Mm-hmm. Overall, I would say well executed. Well executed. So fantastic job. Happy to hear. Thank you. Wonderful. All right, Stacia, I'm going to go ahead and finish up. And again, that's Anastasia Turnquest, president of the Bahamas Roadmasters Club. So congratulations again on a job well done with the Bahamas Marathon. And Adley Physiotherapy looks forward to being a part of it in future years. Sure. We'd love to have you. Awesome. All right. So I think that for you to leave, did you pop out already? Oh, I think that for you to, okay. I think that for you to come out of I think you have to exit the live completely. But you can see if there's another way for you to come off of camera. Okay? But I'm about to wrap up in any event. Thanks so much for popping in. It was good chatting with you. And I'll be in touch because I have some other projects coming up. And I know you got a call today, and I'll be needing from someone on my team, and we'll be needing to lean on you for assist.
No problem, no problem.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You too. Talk soon. All right, you all. Thanks to those that are hanging in. I know Jess said that she had to hop off. I'm just going to scan back and read a couple of the comments. Let's see. Let's scan through a little bit. Hello to Squeaky Clean 123. Not certain if you are still here, but thanks for stopping by. In any event, Kara says that the time change also messed her up. Correct. Still trying to get used to it, quite frankly. And I really do feel the shortness of the days because whereas I would have maybe stayed at work a little bit later and gotten a little bit more done, it's like, oh, it's XYZ amount of time. I got to get out of here. Got to go. And then, of course, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but since Black Friday, traffic has been horrendous pretty much every day except Sunday. It's as if the holiday traffic has already started. Like, it's bad. It's taking me maybe twice the amount of time that it should to get anywhere. I mean, there's a line of traffic on roads that normally are like, you can breeze through. Let's see. Rain also says that this is not her favorite time either. No, I don't like the early dark time. Jess says that she's jumping up and down with excitement for me now. Selena, and check these ladies out. These are like my business. These are my business ladies, my business friends. So at Frisch Copy, make sure that you follow Jess. Jess is a copywriter. Stacia T23, that's Anastasia Turnquest, president of Roadmasters Run Club. Let's see. And then please follow. Selena was on here. Selena About Face. Check Selena out as well. Selena is hosting a course as well. Selena is my inspiration, okay? Selena is going for it, and I'm going for it too. So, Selena, if you are still here, thank you for that. Okay, Squeaky Clean says still here. Nice to have you. I know Jess had to pop off. Rain is also outing herself as having had a bag of chips and spinach dip. Wouldn't have been so bad if it had been like, now see how, let's talk about how we could actually make some swaps and make that a little bit healthier. You could make the spinach dip yourself and maybe like have a little bit less, like, because I think it has a lot of cheese content. If you make it yourself, you could actually make it better, healthier, lighter, because the spinach part was good, right? And the chips just don't have a whole lot of nutritional value. They're just there, I guess, to give you that like salty factor. In moderation, it's okay when you think about your 80-20 rule. You want to be eating healthy at least 80% of the time. The other 20% is your wiggle room because it's not about deprivation, right? Thanks so much to Jess for popping in and catching a live stream. I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every single one of you that is here. Okay. That gives me a bit of a boost. Okay. We are going to have some changes coming up with the live stream next year. You all know it's time to shake things up. I do want to keep things fresh for you. And I do. Kara says that she appreciates me. Thank you very much. People need to hear that every now and again. So I do appreciate that statement. So thanks to all of you that have stuck it out with me through 2022, and those of you that have been here, rocking on the stream since 2021. So we're closing in on actually 2 years of the stream. January will make us 2 years because I started January last year. We are making a lot of changes, as I said, to changes to the community. We're going to have more offerings. Like I said, look out for the course, an opportunity to get 50% off on the course that I will be coming out with next year. The pre sale will only be open for a week, so make sure that you jump on it. Okay, lots of changes coming. I've met lots of really cool business friends this year, which is very amazing. And I will say this to you before I sign off. I'm over my time. I will say this to you that the positive affirmations do actually work. And I've not previously, I would say, been a like completely woo-woo kind of person. Prayer works too, so let's not leave that out. But something that I have noticed is that, and this is like in some of the self work that I have had to do, and I have a lot more to do in order to get to where I'm supposed to go in life. Lots to do. I cannot be the same person and actually do what I'm supposed to do and what I'm called to do. So I am going to have to work to change a lot of things about myself. Okay. Uh, the affirmations do work. And as I start to do them on a daily basis, and sometimes I go over them and I'm like, wow, like that's actually starting to happen. But it's not just happening because I'm saying the words, it takes action as well. And sometimes we can get stuck in periods of inaction, you know. And 2022, I think there's been some inaction on my part. But when I take action and I kind of like put myself out there a little bit in ways that I wouldn't have been comfortable doing before, or maybe it still wasn't comfortable, but I did it anyway. So, I so appreciate even the community, this community, and then the community of business buddies that I've started to build. I think that it's been really nice. So going through these different communities and programs and meeting people, and then allowing iron to sharpen iron, allowing myself to be supported by others, and actually like actually doing it, like actually seeing it come to fruition, because it was one of my, I wanted to have a network of peers and colleagues. I call them the 5 gallon. This is actually a term from Oprah. She calls them 5 gallon friends. So you want to keep people around you. You don't want to keep people that are like 1 liter bottles or like a little cup, like let's say a little cup like this, because now when you start to overflow, they will be filled up too quickly, right? So if you ever have, maybe people make the statement, oh, you're too much, she's too much, she's over the top. You're maybe too much for them. And maybe it's because their receptacle is just too small to hold what comes out of you as overflow. So, consider that, Oprah calls them the 5 gallon friends. You would fill this cup very quickly if I started to if I started to pour from my pitcher. I would fill this very quickly and it would spill over. However, if I were to take my pitcher and pour some of my oil or water into a 5 gallon bottle, I'm not going to fill it as quickly. Okay. And those are the people that we need to keep around us, right? As we move to the next level. And so I consider, I really appreciate so many of the people that I have met this year, in particular, and that they can help and like catapult me to the next level. But what was, kind of crazy about it was that, I had to do something for that to happen. Like, most of them don't even live in this country, but how would I have met them? If I hadn't done something different, and actually reach towards them a little bit, although that's scary for me as an introvert, reach towards them a little bit and be like, well, do you want to, like form a little group? Do you want to so we all stay in touch once this whole like big course thing is done? Do you want to stay in touch? And we do that, and we lift each other, and we encourage each other, we give each other ideas, we bounce ideas off each other. And it's pretty cool to see like some of the affirmations that I say actually like starting to happen, but not just because I say them, but because I do the actions that support them and bring them to life. So I did just want to share that, as we get ready to close out the stream and indeed 2022. Okay, so thanks once again, to all of you, for coming. Thanks to those that come week after week. Thank you so much. Look out, we're going to be making some changes. So I have some ideas that I hope will help you all in your lives in moving forward in being healthier, happier, more whole people. Okay, that was a lot of extra talking this evening. Okay, but I do intend to be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be here probably every Thursday except for the Thursday before Christmas. We can all, we can all take a little stream break that week. So, Christmas is on a Sunday this year, you all. Interesting, right? So it's a real Christmas Sunday, and so we will break the Thursday before that. Okay, Squeaky Clean says, "Have a great day." Thank you. You all do the same as well. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. This is Dr. Felicia here, signing off, making the world healthier, one woman at a time. Bye.